Cinema. Back in action.
So the main star is called Jack, played by David Bradley. You know, that legend who starred in Cyborg Cop 2, and apparently a few of those American Ninja films. Notably the later sequels, you know, because they get crapper as they go on. Anyway, his brother Philip goes on a suicide mission into the middle of nowhere with a bunch of guys he picks up who are just floating in a river. It's normal. Now, in silly films like this, there's naturally an over-the-top bad guy, and he comes in the form of Pavarotti. You know, that fat little dwarf from Lord of the Rings. Nah, he's not really Pavarotti, it's John Rhys Davies, and he's using a dodgy mixed North English accent, and just to sell this fact, he calls everybody lad.
Well done, Dr. Stepton. Well done, lad. Aye, word, a big lad. Well done, lad. Well done.
Yeah, okay lad, we get the idea. It just seems really weird because you seldom hear an accent like this in films, as everybody's always got a stereotypical English posh accent or whatever. So, he knows the good guys are about to infiltrate his base, so he spies on them with this.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, this toy radio control plane is the high-tech surveillance system he uses to spy on people. Brilliant. So there's a super battle in which we get to see about 400 explosions, which is great if you like to see 400 explosions in films. And they happen for no reason whatsoever, and even after the good guys are all wiped out, the camp is still blowing up. Interesting facts of the day. Radio control planes can be used to blow people up. Holy dog shit, look at that. Ah, those good old 80s action films never fail to amaze. Oh shit, no, this is from 1993. So anyway, these two escape into the jungle and are ambushed by a guy and his metal foot.
Son of a bitch has a vest on!
Or he's a robot. What? No, wait, hang on. If that's his point of view, then why is this dickhead looking up into the trees like he's out bird spotting? Either way, he dies and then Philip gets his hand chopped off. Ouch! Pretty funny. So Philip is operated on in order to turn him into a cyborg cop. All you do is slice off his arm with a laser beam, attach a round disc and a robot arm. You know, no real effort to be fair, no connecting up nerve endings or wires or anything, just hope for the best and voila, you get one shitty cyborg cop. Unbelievable. Cut back to Jack and he gets a present from his brother, which was sent obviously before he got turned into a cyborg cop. But it's nothing to get excited about. All it is a tape message saying, hey, I'm in deep shit, come over and help me, thanks, bye. So Jack gets into a random fight with Philip's boss, and just look at Jack here and tell me what stands out as a little bit strange for a cop. What's that? It's a bum bag. Why is he wearing a bum bag? Now, I believe in America they're called fanny packs, because apparently your ass is your fanny. Yeah, talk about getting wires crossed. I mean, shouldn't they be called crotch packs anyway, because the pouch is at the front? Who cares? I mean, could you take a pig seriously if he ran up to you wearing one of these?
Freeze! Don't move, motherfucker!
Sure, yeah, they're useful things, I'm not denying that fact, but they do make you look like a twat if you're trying to be a serious cop. Now, he bumps into a nosy reporter, and he doesn't like reporters, hell, who does? But for comedic value, they keep bumping into each other every single place they go to. Jack then decides to get into a fight with some security men, runs away and steals a truck, and guess who's getting dressed in the back of the truck? Yeah, the stupid reporter. Now, what she's doing, I have no idea, but who cares? Probably searching around for a fanny pack. Now cue a hilarious chase scene made even more amusing with out-of-place hillbilly sounding music. Yeehaw! This is stupid. And speaking of stupid, Pavarotti is given a demonstration of his fat clumsy cyborg man in order to sell him for a bargain $25 million. Why not just buy Wayne fucking Rooney and have done with it?
He's a big lad, isn't he?
Go on Rooney lad, do thy best lad. It's a bargain at 25 million. Love his little silver gloves, definitely makes him look like a robot. Or a mandroid like that gimp from Eliminators. I don't know which is worse, mandroid or cyborg cop. I mean, it kind of makes me think they're ripping off RoboCop and things like that, but look at this guy compared to RoboCop. He's a joke. So Jack is approached by a bunch of bad guys to be taken away, but Jack goes all kung fu on their asses.
Try me, you motherfucker!
Ooh, no, don't fuck with the man in his bum bag. I like here how he tells this guy to go back to his boss to deliver a message, but then he slams him through a car window. Brilliant, Jack, he's probably dead now. And he even tries a witty one-liner, check this out.
Man, you ought to get that fixed. You get a ticket.
Is this guy a legend or what? He can be a new Shitcase legend along with the most recent addition that was this guy from Silver Bullet. So Jack moses on down to the morgue to see a bunch of dead bodies for some reason, but their faces are missing. Now I assume they've been shot or something, but it's strangely referred to as this.
Give him the voodoo face treatment and dump him outside the shanty town.
Give him the voodoo face treatment? How cool is that? Voodoo face treatment. Doesn't make any sense. In storm a bunch of bad guys, but Jack shoots them all full of lead, and in storms the the Cyborg Cop. Why does he only have one shoe? I mean, you'd think they'd want him to pass for a human, so cover up his stupid metal foot for God's sake. Anyway, Jack beats him by electrocuting him, and to cut a long, boring and slightly incoherent plot down, he turns into a one-man Rambo type role now, and shoots a million more bad guys, even while riding his motorbike with no hands. Look at that! Must be the power of his bum bag. I mean, Jack's so amazing that he can throw explosives without lighting the fuse and they still explode. So it's now time for a standoff between Jack and his now Cyborg Cop brother, and he looks pathetic, but simply by talking to him he's able to overwrite the command orders and they team up to kill the evil bad guys. Now the film can't end without this idiot showing up for a laugh, and he looks even more ludicrous now than he did before. Can you believe 3 Cyborg Cop films were made?
Back in action.
So he dies, brother Philip dies, boo-hoo, and it's outside to celebrate with the cops who just turned up randomly to start a war outside with all the evil tossers. Hang on though, why do films always want to bring back the bad guy from the dead just one more time? We've laughed at this sorry state of the cyborg for long enough, and they bring him back for another laughable scene in which Jack kicks him a few times in the leg, then gets on his motorbike, rides around for what seems like a lifetime, and finally gets around to knocking the cyborg's head off. Well, thankfully that is the end. So it's B-movie madness at its best, or worst, whichever way you like to look at things, and it's not awful, but it's certainly not good. But maybe this will inspire you to wear one of these things on a daily basis and beat the shit out of anybody who laughs at you. 3.5 out of 10.